we spent a lot of time in medicine thinking that microbes were our enemy and that when we found them, we needed to kill them. So, like, I do a lot of consults with people, and usually what got them in trouble, I ask them the question at the very beginning. All right, tell me about your life. Tell me about when it was fine and when things fell apart. And I would say at least 90% of the time, things fell apart when they were given antibiotics or antifungals.
Yeah. That's so interesting. I'm so happy you said that, because this is a thing I've been thinking a lot about. I recently did another podcast with a gut doctor. She runs this institution called the Gut Institute, and she's probably one of the most, probably one of the smartest people I've talked to about the gut. And after that conversation, and then I listened back to it, the number one thing that stuck out to me was the role that antibiotics play. And this is really my question to you, because you are the oxalate expert, or you've done probably, as far as I know, the most research on this very specific thing. And her and I got into this a little bit, but the relationship between antibiotics and oxalate intolerance, because what she told me is that when they study the blue zones, the highest percentage of centenarians in the world, these different places, was that they found that they had diets that were actually very high in oxalate, but the oxalate didn't bother them because they had the correct gut bacteria, the Oxalobacter microbes that can metabolize the oxalate. It's not just
Oxalobacter either. Yeah.
Right.
I have been following the work of a scientist named Aaron Miller, who's been looking a lot at oxalate, and he studied for a long time, he's studied the wood rats that live out in the desert. And so most of the cacti that are out there are high oxalate. And so it was a great model system for him to study, because he found many more oxalate degrading species in the wood rats than he does in human beings. But he did a lot of experiments on that. And what he found was, if they made a probiotic of all the oxalate degrading microbes they found in the wood rats, and then tried to just give that to them and see if that would make them able to degrade oxalate, the answer was no. The oxalate degrading microbes need the presence of the other microbes in order to effectively degrade oxalate.